Hello there again, the big T2000 coming to you kind of live. I mean, it's live when I did it, but when you see it, it won't be because I've already done it. So, today is, you guessed it, another top 10. Actually, this time it's going to be top 20, because I know you all complain when I do top 10 worse. So, top 10 best video game bosses. Again, from games that I've played. And now, these are in no particular order, except the last one that I do will be this video's number one. So, everything else just conglomerated together. The last one will be the actual best of this video. Now, Lu Bu from Dynasty Warriors. Even though this guy isn't technically a villain, and not technically a video game character at all, this guy and everyone else in these games are all based off of real-life people from the ancient Chinese literary work Romance of the Three Kingdoms. Lu Bu, Cao Cao, Guan Yu, all of them actually existed, and the levels of the games are actually happened to some smaller extent. Lu Bu is, was, and forever shall be a complete badass. And he's even depicted in a short-lived anime where he is reincarnated as a small schoolgirl. I don't know what it's called, but god damn it, it's kooky. Anyway, Lu Bu was a widely reputable and widely feared person in ancient China, and his milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and damn right, it's better than yours. Grade A. He's a badass, and if I don't give him an A, my friend will be mad at me. Codename, Chinese Chuck Norris. Oh, and just as a side note, the Asian dish, General Tso's chicken, is named after the leader of the ancient Wei Empire, Cao Cao. So, you have his goofy shoe-wearing ass to thank for that. At least I'd like to think so. So if I'm right, please tell me. I like being right. Solomon Grundy from Arkham City. Solomon Grundy, born on a Monday, christened on Tuesday, married on Wednesday, took ill on Thursday, got worse on Friday, died on Saturday, buried on Sunday. That is the end of Solomon Grundy. Until he gets back up and kicks your ass. I love Solomon Grundy. Maybe a little more from the old Justice League cartoons, but this ornery undead bastard has got one thing on his mind. Taking a big bite out of a bacon cheeseburger from Five Guys. Hell yeah! And the only thing between him and his delicious sandwich is the Batman. And don't you even think that Batman doesn't want that burger. So you better watch out, Grundy. Woo! Grundy will haul his immortal ass all over the place and swing his giant balls, and I do mean that literally, at you in an attempt to savor his desire to squash the Batman. But unfortunately, in a perfect world, not everyone can get what they want, and me without my solid gold toilet shall join Grundy in his sad existence of not ever being able to outrun his record of being a badass who can't kill Batman for getting between him and his delicious Five Guys sandwiches. But he never gets old, he never gets any easier, and he's always intimidating as hell. Grundy's the man! Woo! Grade A-. He's big, he's bad, his skin's whiter than the Michelin Man, and he will never go away, no matter how many times Hot Girl buries him after fighting extra-dimensional monsters from the Land of the Lost. Codename, Mighty Marshmallow Man. Shakalu from Assassin's Creed Revelations. Quite the Turkish badass of the 16th century. Quite a piece of work here indeed. The only thing I thought was rather interesting about this guy was his helmet. A tad reminiscent of the movie Gladiator, so Shakalu's a bit Russell Crowe. And of course this guy's one hell of a sadist, and it's always nice to see a villain with a hobby, so I wanted to get better acquainted. After the pleasantries... Oh, whoa! Sick son of a bitch survived the assassination! Nobody does that! In fact, I'm pretty sure that's illegal. Shakalu, your terrible, tyrannical Turkish ass is going down! Boom! Grade B+. For an interesting-looking, acting, and resilient bastard that he is. He gets a bloody spot in history and only ends up in the Vesuvius-sized pile of dead bodies left in Ezio's wake. So at least he'll have some company. Codename, Masterfully Masked Murder Machine. The giant robot from Dead Rising off the record. Wow, Stacy's the final boss? Did not see that coming. Finally got what I always wanted from Dead Rising 2. Putting that ginger activist bitch in her place. I don't know why they went for the whole Bull Dyke look with the spiked haircut, but she rides a pretty formidable robot. Until you learn how to kill it, then it's very easy. If only I'd looked at the photo gallery, but no! I had to wait and do it afterwards. Hell, I thought you had to shoot her or something, but nope. Just attack the claws when they hit the ground, and she'll fall and drop the missiles, and drop attack them to launch, attack Stacy, blah, 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 quick time, whatever. Couple hits and she'll go down for good. Shame, though. Frank doesn't go for flat chicks. I agree with Frank here. The feisty Asian reporter would have been my first choice, too. Hell, I'd take those nut-stomping bitch twins over Stacy. Hell, I'd take TK over... well, you know, I don't think she'd really turn me gay. Because if I was, I'd do much better than TK. Grade B- for a clever ending with a sinister twist. At least Sullivan died at the end instead of the reporter. Codename: Don't give hippies robots! The Train from Star Fox. Just what I want to see in a boss fight. Have it span the entire level. And not only that, but have this guy as hilariously racist with a perfect voice. Throughout the entire level, you are nearly crushed, smashed, vaporized, and viciously insulted by this guy at every turn. The only possible way I could conceive this level being any more perfect would be like this. Grade B+, for a great boss battle, but if only he was a little harder to kill. Codename: Thomas the Tank Engine from space! Medusa Head from Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons. I'll take Ramrock over this ornery sumbitch any day. Between taking 25 hits to kill, an erratic attack pattern, and speed that's faster than the Flash running into Speedy Gonzales while slipping on lemon pledge spilled on a linoleum floor, this thing is a Gorgon-sized pain in my ass. Still, easily a worthwhile boss and a great ending to the quest. You know what? Never mind what I said. Fuck Ramrock. Grade B+. Talk to the wall because the head ain't listening, because it doesn't have ears. Codename: Big Bad Head Thing. Baby Bowser from Yoshi's Island. It's the Koopa King back when Beat Animals and Thundercats were all the rage. This little tyke just wanted to go for a ride, but no! Yoshi had to be a butthole and tell him no. But not only that, he just smacked the rascal around, which starts the most awesome rock battle theme in any Nintendo battle. He charges your ass, getting bigger and bigger, till he goes all Godzilla on your ass. And no one fucks with atomic breath! Grade C+, for a badass theme song, but not too creative a combat style. Codename: Titanic Toddler. Ronald McDonald from Super Chick Sisters 2. I will start this part by saying my piece in earnest. I do not agree with any aspect of PETA's agenda. They are idiotic, stem from lies or disinformation that they need to stop whatever they're doing and get their heads out of their asses. Anywho, I love this guy, and they demonize him. Fuckers. All this happy clown wanted to do was to make us delicious burgers. But no! They had to throw in all this bullshit and make my hero into a villain. At least he had the good sense to get Pamela Anderson away from anywhere where anyone might actually see her, and what is his reward? A trouncing from these little two fucking knockoffs? Bullshit! I would rather toss these little bastards in a deep fat fryer and chow down on them with a side of fries and cream soda, because goddammit, I love cream soda. Grade B-, for a cool character trying to save a piece of shit game. Codename: Saint McDonald, patron saint of delicious and beautiful sandwiches. Orion from Bomberman 64. Oh, this guy right here. I hate this guy. But goddammit, he's on my list because he's really good at killing me. To paraphrase a demotivational poster I saw in the making of this video, he may be adorable, he may be green, but that's not going to stop him from throwing your ass in the fucking lava. This guy would run around like a nutsack, and just when you think you've got his ass pinned down, blammo! Energy shield knocks you on your ass, and he picks you up and goes, Kobe! And drops you in the fucking lava. That wicked little sumbitch. Is it me, or are all the bosses in this game unbelievably hard? Well, except for the dragon. Grade B+, because he's an asshole. Codename: Bombastic Butthole. Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII. Okay. Enough of you have complained and moaned and groaned, so I went out and finally took a look at this guy, and I will admit, he has won me over. I don't know much about him, but I know 3 things. Anyone who will start a fight with someone that kills his mother, then tromps into his hideout looking for him has got an ass-kicking coming. Anyone who goes into God mode with their theme song playing is a badass. And anyone who can destroy Pluto, Jupiter, Mercury, Venus, and use the explosion of the sun to incinerate their enemies, and then use their cindering corpses to roast marshmallows on, can't be too bad. Sephi, you're growing on me, playa. Grade B. As little as I know about him, what little I saw was good enough to get me to want to know more. Codename: the Royal Slayer of Emos. Death from Castlevania Aria of Sorrows. Anyone who's ever played a Castlevania game knows about death. And they know as soon as they see the clock tower that they are screwed. And this guy is my favorite incarnation of this boss. He has a badass outfit, and of course he's got the coolest weapon I've ever seen. He's got a double-bladed skull scythe with fucking fire and shit on him. He hurls those sickles at you, and when he's done playing around, he'll charge you down and pin you in a corner with that little chasing beam attack he likes to do so much, and he'll drag your ass down 123rd Street and bust you in the head with a pipe before going to town on you with that super cool scythe. I just have two things to say about this guy. One, he's a pro at what he does, and two, I want that fucking scythe! Grade B++. For a cool-looking, stylish fighting style, and even a badass dying boss who will never get old even when everyone else already has. Codename? Allow me to reiterate. Double-bladed skull scythe with fucking fire and shit on them. BAM! Chuck Greene from Dead Rising off the record. You can tell I actually got this game around the time I started writing this. When I first beat Dead Rising 2 and the goddamn jump scare zombie was over, I couldn't wait to see what was coming next. And I have to admit, I couldn't really think of anything I'd want to see that's not completely different. So in the aeons of millennia between Dead Rising 2 and Off the Record, I patiently waited until I found this gem of a game. And what did I see as the first boss? Well, it's just some nut on a bike rolling around killing zombies. Ugh, it's probably that weird mullet guy from the other game. So I hold my butt over, and what do I see? It's Chuck! And he's flipped his lid! Oh, I'm so totally fucked. This guy has scrambled his noodle, or fried his noodle, or whatever it is you do with noodles. But whatever it is, he's done it. He's carting around a mannequin on his back with his daughter's gear on it, and he hunts your ass down. If, by some miracle, you manage to beat him and get his bike trailer, you can mod bikes and whatever. But you turn around and, he's gone! Okay, I want to get this one over with before he comes out of a cabinet or something behind me and kicks my teeth in. So I'll wrap it up. Chuck rocks, Dead Rising rocks, and I'm moving on to the next one. Grade A, for nostalgia and horrifying badassery. Codename, King of Nutbars. Onslaught, from Marvel vs. Capcom. This guy is a son of a bitch. He's fucking tough and he doesn't screw around. Back in the day, I would venture down to Fun Factory, a massive arcade at the local mall, and I would throw quarters at this guy all damn day. My team-up was always Mega Man and Spider-Man. Now, this giant sumbitch had a large menagerie of weapons, ranging from screen-sized laser guns and some wicked-ass combos. And when you beat him, he's like, fuck that! And he turns into a giant hulking monstrosity that takes up half the screen. This is by far the most nostalgic boss in my book, and he earns his spot in badass history. Grade B++. I probably spent about $25 in quarters fighting this guy over the years. Fuck! Codename, Arcade Annihilator. Cyclopsis, from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers for the Game Gear. For those of you who don't know, Cyclopsis is not a monster. He is in fact an evil Megazord, and is also in fact the first evil Megazord. According to the morphing grid, Cyclopsis is an evil Zord piloted by Goldar, and has totally kicked the shit out of the Power Rangers in the first season. He smashed up the Zords all day long, and had to be killed twice. That's horror movie villain territory. It took the awesome power of the Ultra Zord to kill this guy both times, because nothing short of infinite power could even scratch this son of a bitch. In fact, this guy came back the second time with more weapons, better armor, and some giant arm blades, but does he use them? No! He's like, I'm gonna just use my blades in my bare hands, bitch! He goes into battle with only his arm blades, and he still kicks ass, till the Ultra Zord comes back to kick his ass again. Cyclopsis is, was, and shall always be the greatest enemy to the Power Rangers, because unlike all the evil Zords in later seasons and shows, this guy looked enough like a robot to rival the badassness of the Megazord. Long live Cyclopsis! Grade A-. The ultimate badass robot. Big O can suck it. Codename, Ultra Mega Super Destructor Grande Go. Alma from the Fear games. Okay, I want to go on record and say that I don't mind fighting horrible monsters, slaughtering tens of thousands of nameless minions, and planting my foot up a few wow holes between the two formers. But I absolutely will not fight crazy demon children, because they freak me out and want to make me take Frady P's. Now, in this case, I don't mind unloading a clip or two into Alma, and I mean bullets, not that little pelvic grope fest at the end of Fear 2, when you fight that messed up dude and Alma has sex with you while that's going on. That's right, Alma totally taps your ass during the final boss fight. So I hope you don't fall prey to seizures because she takes your ass to town. I ask only one thing next time, Alma. Why don't you take me out to a nice dinner first? Because I like to be wined and dined before I get fucked! Grade A-. She starts as a child and burns a lot of people, grows up and walks around naked and has sex with special ops soldiers, then births the Antichrist. This woman is going all kinds of places. Woo! Codename Fiery Demon Rapist. Ridiculous. All you had to do was ask. Skorne from Gauntlet Dark Legacy. It took me a long time to get to this guy. When I first started playing the game was back in the 90s when it was still an arcade game and you had a time limit, and I could never afford the $1 per 5-minute game fee. But now that I've got the PS2, I can play it whenever I want. It took some doing, but I finally got to this fiery son of a bitch. He's as big as he is ugly, and trust me, he jumped on the ugly train without hesitation. He's got some pretty sweet moves, but the best thing about him is the levels you get after you beat him and the super special awesome weapons you can use after he dies. When you go fight that stupid wizard who's a total chode. So in the end, the greatest difficulty when dealing this guy is getting to him. But above all else, the only thing harder than beating him is trying not to laugh when you kill him and that stupid wizard comes back to challenge you. Bring it on, dumble dipshit! I'm gonna plant my big green Medusa boot up your butthole in just a little bit. BAM! Grade B-. Slight difficulty when you get to him that's easily remedied by level grinding against the dragon. There's actually a spot you can stand in where he can't hit you. And then you kind of just have to stand there and kill his ass. So, he's a bit of a bitch, but still. I remember why I played this game, and it rhymes with the sorceress's tits. Oh well. Codename, I hope you like level grinding. The Joker and Frank Fontaine from Arkham Asylum and Bioshock. These two are basically the same boss in form and function, but both are more alike in more than one way. Joker is a cruel, horrifying, manipulative, sociopathic, malevolent badass, and Frank Fontaine is the same. He just doesn't have hair. They can both disguise their voices, personalities, motives, and intentions without too much difficulty. The only real difference between the two is who they choose to fight against. Sure, Fontaine has Jack, Andrew Ryan, and Dr. Tannenbaum, but Joker has Batman, a being of both perfect physical and mental prowess, but is a being of unfathomable willpower, just like Jack, Ryan, and Dr. Tannenbaum. So to be honest, these two are so alike, I dare say they may even quite be even a match for each other. To be honest, I'd still take Fontaine in a fight over the Joker. Frank may be evil and powerful to the bitter end, but Joker is a true maniac. Where Fontaine is trying to seize overall power, Joker doesn't want power. He wants chaos, pure and simple. And that makes him a much more dangerous threat. And not even in my darkest nightmares would I ever want to go up against Joker infused with Adam instead of Venom. Jeebus cripes. Joker shooting fire and ice at me, summoning flying robots, and shooting dark energy waves at me. Ugh. Let's move to the next one before I crap my pants again. Grade A. For inventive and horror-invoking bad guys that will never be topped in ingenuity or prowess. But to his credit, Batman would beat the shit out of Frank Fontaine. So Frank gets an A- and Joker gets an A. Codenames, the Crown Kings of Crime and Corruption. Bone Tail from Paper Mario and the Thousand-Year Door. The tough part with this guy isn't fighting him, it's fighting to get to him. The Pit of the 100 Trials is the top 3 hardest, most mentally tasking things I've ever done in the history of video games. The only other things to match that I've done are One Piece Grand Line Adventures on Expert difficulty and Afro Samurai on the Xbox 360. Traversing the Pit of 100 Trials can take up to 1.5 to 3 hours, depending on how you fight. If you fight conservatively, it will take longer, but if you know what you're doing, it won't take as long. All you really need to do is get the strange sack from level 50, grab it, and come back later. If you stock up on Wacka's bumps and have an appropriate HP, FP, and BP stats, it shouldn't be a problem. If you fight him with your mind as sharp as possible, you clear it much sooner in the game. The last time I played Paper Mario and the Thousand-Year Door, I had cleared the level 50 run after completing the Glitz Pit, and returned before venturing to Far Outpost, and successfully completed all 100 levels of the pit, and defeated Bone Tail. I gained about 5 to 6 levels and managed to seal around 4 new badges, so make sure you have Miss Mouse before you go down there. If you didn't know, acquiring Miss Mouse is accomplished by going to the Trouble Center on the far eastern side of Rogueport, and accepting the elusive badge quest from the unknown source. Locating the hidden badge in the boss room of Hooktail Castle will earn you Miss Mouse's company during the rest of the game. And now that I'm done rambling, I'll get to talking about Bone Tail. He's got more FP than the final boss, and other than the Amazy Daisies, he's got the highest attack power in the game. But other than that, he's not really very hard. Just throw your best stuff at him, stockpile some booze sheets, and he'll go down in no trouble at all. Grade B+/- for a difficult run getting to him, designed to drain you mentally to make the fight against him even harder, but not the toughest boss in the lineup. Codename Skeletor the Magic Dragon. Ultra Mega Mega Man from South Park 64. The definition of a trial in futility. Fighting this guy is as hard as it is frustrating. He's about 20 times your size, he can hit you repeatedly from all the way across the room, and he can effortlessly regain all his health in about 5 seconds. And he takes so many hits to take down, the Nintendo Power walkthrough lists the number of shots from each weapon it takes to kill each boss. The number of snowballs it takes to kill Ultra Mega Mega Man is too high to count. And the best weapon of the game isn't that much stronger than the snowball. But still, the Ultra Mega Mega Man, I always wondered what he looked like, and now I wish I hadn't have to see him. I love this game. The voices and visuals for it are perfect. The icing on the cake was that you got to play the game as Cartman. All the obscenities and the vulgarity, and of course, killing all the turkeys. So, settle down, grab some cheesy poofs, and get ready to pull your hair out, because you will lose your mind fighting this guy. He is insanely annoying to kill. Grade A- for sheer difficulty and creative design. He's got a hint of strategy to beating him. He's in a great game, and he's from a great show. Awesomeness all around. The last time I fought this guy, I tried to time it, but I timed it incorrectly because it took so long, I forgot I was timing it. Ugh. Oh well. Codename, Stan, you'll get me the red Mega Man, because Kenny has turned into a duckbill platypus. And the number one greatest video game villain of this video is Junior Troopa from Paper Mario. This rascally little bastard surprised me at every turn. He bites, he claws, he scratches, he swims across an entire ocean twice just to kick my ass. And when he finally sees me going the other way, he throws out a G-rated swear and comes booking after me. You can't fool me, man. Shoot his shit with 2 O's. He gets better and more difficult each time you fight him, and not just with more HP. He learns a new trick every time you see him. I only wish they'd put him in 1,000 Year Door, because I'd love that game even more than I already do. This kid is the best because he doesn't think he's the best. He's not out for fame or for world conquest. He's out to kick your ass because you set foot in his playground. That's right. You tracked gravel on his slip and slide, and he's out to plant a boot up your wow hole. I don't see Orion or Joker, as badass as they are, out to kill Bomberman or Batman because they were caught on the swing set. This kid makes me laugh with no effort, and he's just a badass. Damn. Oh my god. He's such a badass little streak, he makes me want to go steal a ride on the teeter-totter just so he'll come after my ass. Grade A+, for a stellar character with wits and brawn to back it up. He's one kid I would want to cross on the kickball field. Codename, the Tenacious Toddler. Okay, it was going to be the best video game heroes of all time, but to save you all a 15-minute video about how awesome Mario and Link are, I think I'll just cut to the chase and say what I wanted to say in the first place. The number one greatest video game hero of all time is you! That's right, you! You who has climbed the tallest mountains and dove beneath the deepest oceans. You traveled through space and time and saved the princess and the kingdom and the world and the entire universe from the unholy, otherworldly, and other-dimensionally evil. You've conquered your darkest fears to overcome the most complex puzzles to emerge victorious in your endeavor. No one holds a candle to you. You are indeed the greatest, and I must bow down to your greatness. And of course, by you, I mean me. I'm the greatest video game hero of all time. You may all bow down and give me $1. Come on, pay up. All accounts here can be linked to my PayPal account. It's okay. Take your time. I can wait. I'm just kidding. There is no charge for Awesome Heroics. But Awesome Heroics does take donations in the form of change, bills, DVDs, and lap dances. And if you could, please, only female donators may give me lap dances. I don't want to go through that whole fiasco again. Ooh. Now, thank you all for your time, money, and lap dances. Peace out, y'all! Another video is inevitably coming soon.